Okay, maayong buntag, maayong adlaw kanatong tanan, no? So, and I'll be discussing, no, additional sample problems, no, in equilibrium of rigid bodies. Okay, so here is the problem. So, you're required to find the magnitude of the force F and the value of the angle theta, no, in the figures yan, no? So, how to solve the problem? Okay, I may use the component method, no? Okay, by taking summation of forces maybe along Y because my F is directed there, upward. So we have plus, no? Then the components of these forces, no? So we have 25 also in an upward direction, and that force is adjacent to 60. That is why I'm using a cosine of the given angle. The unknown angle theta, no? So we have a force of 30 degrees. So that is directed downward because the sense of your force is also downward, no? Okay, so we have 30 minus sine theta. Equated that to 0, being in equilibrium, no? So that's your equation. And if I'm going to go with the summation of forces along the x-axis, no? This one. So we have 25. So there are only two forces having horizontal components. We have a force going to the left, no? So we have a negative 25, and that component is opposite to the angle 60, so we have sine of 60. Then we have plus, because that is to the right, adjacent to theta, cosine theta, equated to 0. So I have two equations, 1 and 2. In my first equation, both the required are present. But in the second equation, only one of the required or the unknown is the one present. So if I'm going to consider my equation to, so I can really arrive with the value of the angle. Okay, so we have the equation and it is simplified, and there I arrive with the value of the angle theta. In equation 1, so if I'm going to substitute the value of the angle obtained, then my value of F is also obtained. So, by summary, then I have a value of F which is equal to 8.27 Newton, and the value of the angle is equal to 43.81. No? So, in the final answer, so it is here where we have to round up. No? Never round up the value in between because it may affect the accuracy of the next quantity. Like F, no? If that is being rounded up and being carried here, so there may be a possibility that your answer may be far from the accurate value. Okay, so that's how to solve the done. Very simple, na? Okay, next problem. Again, you are required to give the value of a force, the magnitude, and the value of the angle of the same force F. No? So, ganina, lain man to. Ang atong angle belongs to another force. No? So, dire, it is the force and its angle from the y-axis that is being required. Okay, so adto lang sa component method. So, I can take summation of forces along x. So, what are these forces? So, it has a component going left. So, we have a negative, opposite to theta, sine theta, then plus. This one, 95, downward, no? 95, that is going right because that is summation of forces along x, no? Ganina, asa man to, summation of forces along x, yes, that is opposite, so that is why I'm using sine function. So, gini, cosine of 45 for your 95. To the right, it's plus, then minus 60. Cosine of 75, so that is going left, that's why we have negative. So, we have a product of f and sine theta as if this term is placed on one side and these two terms are being combined, so giving you a sum which is 51.646, no? Now, the f sine theta is actually the horizontal component. So, pareho rin siya f of x, no? So, that is the component of your f. Anyway, so we have the unknown, no? The angle and the force, and that is your equation number 1. By taking summation of forces horizontal, I can also go with the summation of forces vertical. Unknown force negative, that's downward, that is adjacent to theta, so we have cosine theta. Then minus 95, 95, down also, so sine of 45. Then my 60, that is going upward, opposite to the given angle, so we have sine of 75 equal to 0. Now, if they are combined, no, these two, and bring the term there to make it a positive term, so this is now the resulting simplified form. No? So, if cosine theta minus 9.21 something as the value of your constant. So, if you have equation 2, I can also recall my equation 1 and try to consider what are you going to do to arrive with any of the unknowns, no? Now, I can easily eliminate my f if I'm going to divide equation 2 or maybe equation 2 by equation 1. But dividing with equation 2 by 1, while I can eliminate my f, so there is a ratio of cosine and sine. And in trigonometry, what is cosine over sine? It is cotangent. And if that is cotangent and there is a value, so we have no function and direct function from the calculator that can be used. So instead, I may choose to divide equation 1 by equation 2 because the ratio formed between sine and cosine is sine over cosine, and as a result, this will give you a tangent function. So while I can eliminate my f, I can have my tangent function equivalent to the ratio under the quotient identity. Now dividing these two will have a quotient, a negative quotient. So if you solve for the angle, there's also a negative value of the angle. Carry that value in your equation 1 or 2, then you arrive with your f. Now, so what is the significance of this result? Okay, now, the significance of this result, if I'm going to consider the plotting, so, while I have the value, it is true, we have pila to f, which is equal to this, no? And that one, so, the negative value of the angle and the negative value of your force has significance to your result when you're going to plot. If I'm going to start with the angle, no? So, the negative pila to, negative 79.878. So, it would mean that the angle is not directed on that direction. No? So, it is not formed by clockwise rotation. Rather, it is on the opposite direction from the y-axis because in our figure, it is y being used as a reference. So, it is 79 going there. Your force can be here, found, but the force cannot be directed exactly from pole to the line of action along the fourth quadrant because your f is also negative. So if that's the case, along this line of action, your f can be found on the opposite quadrant. So which can be found in quadrant 2. So as an effect, mo ni imong figure. So this is the negative, no? 79 because the direction must be opposite. Instead of going clockwise, it should be counterclockwise. Approximately, this is the negative 79. Supposed to be your f will be acting here if your f is plus. But it is also negative, so you have to consider the opposite sense, which is, or opposite direction, which is going left. No? So your f is directed there. So, og imong tan-awon sa imong y, pwede sa gana nimo ibutang. Okay, so your angle is theta, no, which is kine, and the value of which is equal to 79.878. So the true value is this one. And your f is actually directed there. Now, since the unknown belongs to the same force, no, a calculator can really be used to solve for the answer. Now, recall that in equilibrium condition, the resultant must be made zero. The resultant is equal to the summation of the force vector involved in the system. So, using my calculator, so I can have this as my resultant. So, this is supposed to be our angle theta. So, this is 0. And from the component, we have 60. Asan ang 60? This one? 60. What's the angle if that is 75 here? It should be an angle in standard position. So, it should be the difference of 180 and 75. That is why I have 105 degrees. Then, plus 95. The angle is 45, but it is clockwise, so it is negative 45. Now, if I have f, and I have theta, actually, if and theta, so this is the magnitude, theta is supposed to be an angle in standard position. But in this case, ay mo theta makita ni mo diha. But according to the interpretation of this equation, f is the magnitude, theta is its angle in standard position. When that is simplified, your f can be placed at the left. Your f is negative, and there is an angle which can be produced by taking the summation of this, no, sa imuhang force and its corresponding direction, no? So when it is placed in calculator and press equals, then you will arrive with a rectangular form wherein these are the components. If you have to check this one, mo ni imuhang f of x, mo ni imuhang f of y, no? So in polar form, where you can have the magnitude of the force is for 52.462, and the angle is negative, kini. But if this is supposed to be plus, we know that our f here is actually negative. So your F is negative and your angle is, so that goes with the same result previously we have ganina, no? And as plotted, no? So mo na iyang true location of your F, and this is the true value or the true angle from Y. Okay? So that is another sample problem, and we have the next, no? So not the last yet, no? So we still have the next problem after this, no? Now this is very similar to the previous problem we have, no? So we have bar sir. So if that's a bar, no? So it will carry both either tension or compression, no? Now if you take a free body diagram of this, no? So we can just isolate that one, and this is now the manner of having the free body diagram at a location B. So these are now the forces. I just show all the figure, but supposed to be the FVD is only this one. My intention of showing all the figure is to consider the dimension, because in my bar sir, there is no angle reflected, but we have dimensions which will help us arrive with a slope, no? So if I have 4 here, this one, their sum is also 4. So, sa ito pa, 4 by 4. So, the same length of side. So, if I'm going to divide with 4, with the side of 4 and 4, so pwede dito mo reduce that into 1 and 1. Na? So, 4 over 4 is 1. So, 1 and 1 can be used as the side. Now, using this, no? So, actually, we simply assume them to be all in tension, no? But if the result will come out to be negative, then the value or the force is actually directed on the opposite sense, no? Now, yun eh. So, with the side of 4, and how about the vertical side for this? No, this is only 1.5. So, you can have 1.5 over 4. Put that in your calculator, 1.5 over 4. 1.5 is 3 halves man na, over 4. So, 1.5 over 4, if you press equals in your calculator will immediately convert that to pila? 3 over 8. So, make use of that, 3 over 8. Because if this is 3 halves and 4, 3 halves over 4, no? Can you imagine what I'm writing here, no? 3 halves over 4. If you remove your LCD 2, then you multiply both sides by 2. So, 2 is out in the numerator, giving you 3 left in the numerator side, and you simply double your denominator. That makes the value equal to 8. So, it's 3 over 8. Okay? Now, summation of forces na, no? Along X. Okay, so we have AB. And our figure, it goes left. Correct? So, minus. So, if I have 1 and 1, the hypotenuse of that would be pila? Square root of 2. 1 squared plus 1 squared. That is why I have 1 over square root of 2. BC. To the right. Di ba? So, BC is equal, BC times 8, then over square root of 73. Then, to the right is 500. The horizontal component of that is 3. Hypotenuse, when you have 3, 4, this is a special triangle, it should be 5. No? Or you can verify that using your Pythagorean theorem. But, good for you to recall that because that is a very common dimensions of a right triangle. No? That is a special triangle which can even used for layouting. No? Okay. Certainly, the intersection of 4 and 3 would always be at 90 degrees. No? Okay, so yun eh. Simplifying and bringing my constant to the right, so it is now becoming opposite or negative. Now, from positive, it becomes negative. I call this equation 1. I can proceed with my equation 2 from the summation of forces along Y. Along Y for EB is downward, maniadtong EB, so it is negative. Horizontal vertical side is 1 over the hypotenuse square root of 2. BC downward. So, ari sa vertical, 3 over the square root of 73. Then, plus 500 times 4 over 5 equal to 0. Bringing the term there, so we have minus. Okay? Equation 1, equation 2. So, have your calculator. No? Yeah, many times you are using that one in the system of 2 unknowns. So, you can just press equation, look for a simultaneous equation of 2 unknowns. Then, input the constant. No? Then, you can press equals. Then, you will be given the value of EB, which is X in your calculator, being the first term in the arrangement of terms in our equation, BC being the second, so this is Y appearing in your calculator. So, these are the values. All positive, which means all our assumptions are correct. It means all are in tension as assumed. And we have the last. There is a hollow right circular cylinder. This is the right circular cylinder, no? Or yes, right circular cylinder, pero this is hollow, which means this is open on both, and it is open on both ends, no? So this is hollow, and so that then, instead nga nasa isuod, no? So doon na isuod nga sa man sphere, no? So this is open on both ends. So if this is resting on the floor, so this is exactly the floor, no? Then the sphere is placed inside, no? So the diameter is given to be 200, no? Then what else is given? Inside the cylinder are two spheres with widths and radii given, no? So what are the radius given? We have the 45 for the smaller sphere, this one. That's 45, so it's reflected here at the point of tangency between sphere. So this is 45. Okay? So 45 bisag asa 45 from the center. Okay? And the bigger sphere is 75 mm radius. So we have this 75 mm, and that's also 75 down, no? So neglecting friction, so meaning wala siya only normal reactions, no, in contact surfaces will exist if may nga neglecting friction or it is smooth, no? So meaning wala siya ang imuha dihang reaction is only normal reaction in the point of contact. Determine the width of cylinder so that it will not tip over, because if you consider the loading, no, the loads are the spheres, no? So when this is loaded with two spheres, no, the tendency of your cylinder is to overturn where mabugatan na dire, di ba? So it will turn on that manner. So this is a point wherein mag-overturn siya. So it will tip over on that manner. However, there is a width of the cylinder which is in question. So that width is the one which will balance the effect of this two spheres. Now, so that is what we're going to solve. Okay, to further. So this is now part of your solution. I have to analyze, okay, the forces. I reflected all the dimensions, and the dimensions initially given, ako pa ginang gibutang diritanan. Now, so 45 and 75, that means the sum of this is 120. Now, if that is a radius of 45, 45 can also be here, 45 can also be there, so this is also 45. If that is 75, so that means it is 75, that is also 75, anywhere from the center. So that's 75. If that's 75, this is 45, it means this is the difference of 80 mm. So which is taken from the given diameter of your sphere, no? Now, if needed, because this is a right triangle, no? If you have to consider this one, no? So you were able to form a right triangle by projecting lines, vertically, parallel to the side, horizontally parallel to the plane at which the cylinder is resting. No? So this is h. By Pythagorean theorem, your h can be the square root of 120 squared minus 80 squared. Okay, that is equal to 40 square root of 5 meters. Okay? So, continue. I have to consider the FBD of my cylinder. So, due to the effect of the load inside my cylinder, then there is a possibility of having your cylinder be overturned. So, I have the FBD of my cylinder. R1 is coming from the smaller sphere. Now, so there is no other reaction when it is frictionless. So, that is smooth. No? So, okay, smooth man siya. So, only normal reaction. So, perpendicular to the surface and contact. So, that is the only reaction due to your sphere, smaller sphere, 200 Newton sphere. Since doon na mo sa point of contact here, no? So, doon na sa na-dirion sa reaction. I may call this R1, this as R2. The sphere is resting here, so there is a reaction dire. But, naaman ni sa floor or sa nasa horizontal surface, not part of the wall because only, not part of the cylinder because the cylinder is just resting on the horizontal plane because this is open. So, there is a reaction supposed to be here, pero it is not part of the cylinder. It's not included. So, R1 and R2. I have to solve for my R1 and maybe my R2. To get my R1, no? So, these are the only forces, no? Nga, di kini mo ito mo overturn. So, this will cause overturning. This will cause on sa force to sa balance with the overturning effect, no? So, if these are excessive, then it will really overturn in that manner. Okay? So, ang atong W is the one which will put the cylinder into an upright position. Okay? So, I have to solve for R1. What do you think is the best approach finding R1? R1 is due to your smaller sphere. So, I can go with the free body diagram of my 200 Newton sphere solving for R1. So, now, I can also have the smaller sphere, I can put the load, I can put the width, no? Then this is the reaction. If the reaction gina is going to the left, no, directed to the cylinder, so the reaction to the cylinder can now be opposite. So it should be going right. So in every action, there is always equal and opposite reaction, no? So that's what we learned previously. So R1 is directed here. Now, this force is actually coming from where? It is coming from the dito siya nagikan sa imuhang lower sphere. So, there is a reaction on that direction. That's from the lower sphere or the 500 Newton sphere. So, it will be directed adto ginapadung sa center of the sphere. Okay? So, this one, I can now form my own equation of equilibrium. I'm interested with R1, but I cannot go with R1 without knowing R3. So, I can start with R3 by taking summation of forces vertical. I assign an angle of theta. Okay? So, R3, cosine ba? R3, then this is, where is the component? Horizontal component, vertical component. So, adjacent to theta. That's why it is cosine theta positive because it is upward. Minus 200 equal to 0. So, we have R3 cosine theta. What is your cosine theta? Can we solve for the cosine theta? Yes, that can be found. That can be sent exactly here. Na, this one. My cosine theta, if you look at here, is the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. No, adjacent side is h, then the hypotenuse is 120. So, I can have the cosine theta on the adjacent side. The adjacent side is 40 square root of 5 as solved from your h. Then, the hypotenuse is 120. Simplifying this, we have square root of 5 over pila? 3. No? Because that is reducible by 40. Now, going back here, R3, then the value of the cosine theta is substituted. No? So, the cosine theta, so as a whole, has a value of square root of 5 over 3, and that ratio can be substituted here. That is entirely cosine theta na. No? Then, 200. Okay, then you can have R3. That's 600 over square root of 5 Newton for your R3. Now, you can go to your R1. How? Take the summation of forces horizontal knowing your R3. So, you can have R1 minus the R3. Opposite is the component. Horizontal, opposite to the angle. So, sine of theta. Now, what is sine of theta from the figure? Can you recall ganina? Di na ako balik dito ha. So, vertical is pila to? 40 square root of 5. Horizontal is 80 mm. This is 120. My theta is here. So, if that's sine theta, that is 80 over pila? 120. But this can be reduced by 40. That's why we have 2/3. So, R1 minus, minus R3. And R3 is known to be, no? Square root, 600 over square root of 5. Then the value of sine theta is placed here. So, R1 has a value of 400 over square root of 5 Newton. Our next problem is your R2. Now, the R2, after knowing your R3 here, now can be solved by using the FBD of your lower sphere, no? But that is actually not needed anymore. Nga naman. If you look at the diagram, there is no other forces acting horizontally except for R1 and R2. So, if that is R1 and R2 acting here in your cylinder horizontally, that means these two forces in equilibrium will be balanced. So, we got summation of forces horizontal. So, it will show that your R1 is just equal to the R2. And the value of your R1 is the same. So, the two forces equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, having a perpendicular distance between them is actually forming a couple. So, it has a couple arm which is your H, no? So, there is a moment of a couple right here. So, if I'm going to continue with the solution, taking moment at A, so, W, 100 na, ginaaman ni siya sa centroid, half of 200 mo na. What is the moment produced? That is moment which is clockwise, while the other forces like R2 ay still clockwise on that direction with a distance of 75. No? R1 is different. That is the one which is counter. So, R1 with, what is the moment arm? From A. Gikan dire. If that is 40 square root of 5, there is still 75. So, you can have 75 plus H. This is H. No? Now, I tried to simplify by bringing the term there. So, I write this as my first term being the positive term, then minus R2 times 75. Then, I take the value of my R1 and my R2 having the same value. So, I substituted them. 40 over square root of 5. So, I have 75 plus. Okay. Then, we have the same. I distribute the factor 400 over square root of 5. Okay. Then, when that is distributed, so we have the first term, we have the second term. But you notice, these two terms are actually on the opposite. So, this can be removed. The expression that is left is this one. 40 over square root of 5, then times 40 square root of 5. Actually, if you look at this result, this is the same force R1 or R2 multiplied with the moment arm. So, actually, mauni imuhang moment of the couple. So, if ganina, you were able to notice na that the couple will produce a moment which is the same in all points of the plane. So, may pag-imon lang itong gisolve ganina moment of the couple. Directly as that. So, di na ka malangan, no? You won't be delayed and the taking other terms which are not needed. Anyway, naman na siya diha. So, pwede ka din mo diritso ini, but pwede dyan mo masimplify. Anyway, you can still arrive with the same equation, dividing with 100, removing your square root of 5. So, that's why we obtain a W which is 160 Newton. That is the last example for the equilibrium of rigid bodies, and I hope everything is clear to you. Okay? So, thank you for watching, and I will be very glad if I can see you supporting my channel by subscribing for those who may be new to my channel, and for those who are already here now. So, just invite your friends to visit our YouTube channel and do subscription and be notified with some updates which may be posted here. Thank you, and I'm happy to serve you. Okay, bye-bye. No? So, next videos, we will be on a different topic. Okay? Bye-bye, everyone.